Hey y'all, Happy New Year and welcome to 2026. And within this video, I want to talk about silver and silver price predictions for 2026. And I want to preface this video with, this video is for entertainment purposes only. This video should not be considered a recommendation to buy or sell a security or to buy or sell silver. This video is for entertainment purposes only. With that being said, it's interesting the way that silver performed during the end of 2025 calendar year. What was really interesting was when it silver's price briefly surged past $80, and then it rapidly corrected. So the curiosity in me, and that's why I'm posting this video on January the 1st of calendar year 2026, New Year's Day, the curious person within me is asking, well, how is silver going to perform? Now, the end of the year, there's a lot of factors that came into play. Now, if you're not familiar with, and you may not be familiar with markets and this, that, and the other. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just some guy from the Appalachian Ocean. I mean, what do I know? Y'all know a lot more than I do, and that's why I look forward to reading your comments down below. But towards the end of a year, a lot of people, they want to try to max out what's called an IRA. And there's a lot of silver that may be eligible for IRAs. So a lot of individuals were wanting to max out their contributions for 2025 calendar year with silver. So, that inevitably was driving the price of silver up at a more rapid pace towards the end of 2025. Also contributing to that was were the alleged naked short silver positions. I mean, we've got a precious metal now that has risen rapidly, and allegedly there are a lot of institutions that are naked short silver. Naked short sounds funny, but what it means is that on paper, these institutions, and I'll just throw fictitious numbers out here, but on paper, these institutions may have, and these are small numbers, but they may have 1,000 ounces of silver. But in that institution's vault, they may only have 100 ounces of physical silver. So they're 900 ounces of physical silver short. If people demand delivery of physical, they've only got 100 ounces of physical silver to deliver. Well, what if, and these numbers are fictitious, but maybe only 50 ounces of silver they demand physical delivery of? Well, if that happens, then they're left with 50, but they're still short 900 ounces of physical silver. So a lot of the buying, in my dumb and uneducated Appalachian Ocean opinion, was that a lot of these institutions were covering their short silver positions. They were covering because they had to, because people had demanded physical delivery of the silver. And then a lot of them, they were covering because they saw the price action of silver, and they realized that, whoa, we're probably, even if people aren't demanding physical delivery of silver at that point in time, they probably want to get ahead of the game because, acquiring that physical silver at a low dollar amount, like $70 or so, for example, would grossly trump the possibility of having people demand physical delivery of silver, and then the spot price of silver hypothetically being $300 or $400 an ounce. So they're trying to cover their shorts because they're naked short. So that led, in my uneducated opinion, to a lot of the buying of silver. And then you've got certain international conditions. I mean, allegedly, China, for example, they have a lot of nuclear reactors, and allegedly those nuclear reactors consume physical silver. Then you've got other applications, such as solar, that consumes physical silver. And these are just really big use cases for silver consumption. There's a lot more industrial applications that consume silver. And by consume, I mean silver's no longer there. I mean, after it's used for that industrial application, it's gone. I mean, just like water that was in a pot and it evaporated, it's gone. It's not going to come back. So there's a finite, not infinite, meaning never ending, but a finite amount of silver. And people are wanting to get in their possession as much physical silver as possible, because when something's in short supply and it's being consumed at a rapid pace, it's good, it's good to have it. So with this being said, 2026, yes, we saw a surge, just a rapid price increase of silver, especially towards the tail end of 2025. And then it, right before the new year, in my uneducated opinion, this video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just some guy from the Appalachian Ocean. But at the end of 2025 calendar year, it did slow down. The silver's performance slowed down a little bit. It corrected a little bit. But in 2026, everything's already been set. And there's a lot of things that are better in play here beyond the alleged naked short positions, beyond the the industrial consumption of silver, and obviously ultimately there's a shortage of silver. So that shortage is probably going to continue, and as something becomes in lesser supply, often price follows. Price goes up typically. Now there's market manipulation, this, that, and the other, but all of that was just stated. Then you've got the uncertainty surrounding cryptocurrencies, and there's tons of coins and this, that, and the other. I don't know, love crypto, hate crypto, whatever, but there's no denying that some individuals potentially, and we'll just use Bitcoin for example. I mean, Bitcoin, I don't know the exact all-time high of Bitcoin. I think it hit around 115,000 or so a coin. But hypothetically, individuals and institutions that rode Bitcoin to those highs, they may have cold feet, seeing that Bitcoin has retreated in, I think it's around the $80,000 or so, which is still way up there, but it's at least temporarily corrected to that. So you've got a lot of uncertainty there, potentially with individuals and institutions that potentially had large positions in crypto, and they're wanting to try to find nothing safe, but they want to find what they feel may be a safer place to move those holdings to. And physical metals is one of those things that often people feel may be safer. And again, no guarantees, expect to lose it all. But that's one of the things they're looking at. And all of this is heightened by the mass adoption of artificial intelligence. You can check out my other artificial intelligence videos, AI. I hate that acronym because people use it all the time that have no clue what artificial intelligence truly is or what it's capable of. But now you've got the uncertainty surrounding cryptocurrency because of the recent cryptocurrency price performance. Then you've got the mass adoption of artificial intelligence. You've got all of this in play while silver, people are allegedly covering their naked short silver positions. Nuclear reactors allegedly are consuming thousands of ounces of silver, which when it's gone forever. So it's created the perfect storm. And these people that want to get out of crypto, for example, cryptocurrency, they don't want to get in traditional stocks because the stock market is very easily manipulated, especially now with artificial intelligence. People and even financial institutions like hedge funds in the stock market are at an extreme disadvantage because they can't compete with artificial intelligence that is powered by the enormous AI, I used the word I shouldn't have, the enormous artificial intelligence data centers. So it's next to impossible for an individual, group of individuals, or a hedge fund, even with a huge disposable budget, to be able to compete with artificial intelligence. It's almost, I'll say it, it's probably humanly impossible. Correct me if I'm wrong with any of this. Comment down below because I know you're a lot more intelligent than I am. So tell me what you think below and we'll get this conversation started. But I'm saying all of this because now everything in 2026, and this video is centered around silver, but everything in 2026 is pointing to precious metals. And what better precious metal, because you go below that to copper, copper is a base metal. Although silver has, as we mentioned, industrial applications, copper has always typically been considered a base metal, although copper's price is rising. But copper is also used for, it's used for industrial applications, but it's not considered a precious metal like silver, like gold, like platinum, like palladium. So now you're seeing, well, silver is cheap at, prices change, but it's around $70, a little bit over $70, I think, at the time of filming this video. But a lot of people would say that silver is super cheap right now. So silver, being the quote-unquote budget precious metal that's being consumed rapidly, allegedly, for industrial applications, is now on the radar of tons of individuals, tons of institutions, and it has created this silver buying frenzy. And like I said, y'all are a lot smarter than I am. I'm just some guy from the Appalachian Ocean. But, it's in my uneducated mind, and you're probably sitting in some snooty Ivy League classroom watching this a few years from now. You're like, God, that guy saw the future. Or maybe you're laughing at me, and who knows. But either way, you're watching my video, and that's what matters. But it's, in my uneducated opinion, everything points to precious metals, to tangible assets that can be held in one's hands. All paths point to, this is an old, I forget who stated this, but there's an old quote, all paths point to gold. And that's so true, but it shouldn't be limited to gold. There's a lot more metals out there than gold, and silver is one of them. And it's actually amazing that silver remained stagnant for as many years as it did. Yes, there were pops and flops, but it's amazing that silver remained stagnant as long as it did before it really started to move, like we've started to witness during the latter half of calendar year 2025. So I'm saying all this, and again, for entertainment purposes only, this should not be considered a recommendation to buy or sell silver or security. This is for entertainment purposes only. But my dumb and uneducated opinion is that likely what might, again, no guarantees, expect to lose it all, but what we might see a heightened buying frenzy of tangible assets such as silver during 2026. Everything is, all the market conditions, crypto is, at least has been somewhat on the decline. Investors' confidence in traditional stock market is being hampered by the mass adoption of artificial intelligence. People are seeing that tangibility is something that is less easy to manipulate than all of these digital transactions, all these digital assets. It's frightening. It really is. And I'm not, like I said, the purpose of this video is not to, silver's gonna hit. Y'all comment below, guess below, what do you think silver's price per troy ounce is going to be in, say, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December? Comment below and share your opinions, because I'd be curious to see across the board what people feel the price per troy ounce may become of silver. I don't think historically, and this goes back to the beginning of people going and mining silver, I don't think we've ever seen let's just call it what it is, the perfect storm that has just recently been set up by multiple things. Like I said, crypto performance, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is one of the biggest drivers of this, because it goes across the board and it has really shaken up the markets. So now we've got something that is regardless of how one looks at it. And again, I'm just some guy from the Appalachian Ocean, so you're probably a lot smarter than I am. I want to hear your opinions. Comment below, and I'll try to post a video response or just comment to your comments or comments. And actually, I just said the same thing. Oh well. But where I'm going with this is it's difficult to paint a different narrative. I mean, everything is pointing to tangibility at this point. I mean, who knows? I don't think that the government or whatever is going to ban artificial intelligence, make it illegal. I mean, that is way out there. But let's say hypothetically that for some reason artificial intelligence completely went away, that could destroy this theory. But I mean, anything's possible. But even me being just some dude from the Appalachian Ocean, I find it to be not probable at all that artificial intelligence will go away. I mean, I think it's, like it or hate it, artificial intelligence is likely here to stay and to continue to evolve. But it's really interesting going into 2026. Part of the excitement is just thinking, you know, how high can silver run? And, you know, looking at it today, January the 1st, calendar year 2026, and looking at the silver spot price, it's like, man, that's low. But then you scratch your head and you're like, is it really low? There's so many different opinions, and that's why I'm posting this video. Share your thoughts and comments down below. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why you think I'm right. Tell me I'm an idiot. Tell me why you're smarter than I am. Thanks for your viewership. Subscribe and ring that bell. Stay tuned. Y'all have a good day.